Hey guys, it's Ashley and happy summer! I don't know where you live or what the weather is like where you live, but where I live, and according to me, June is summertime. And so today I'm going to share with you a TBR that I have planned for summer that will, cross my fingers, hopefully, kickstart my reading for the summer and get me out of this really weird reading slump that I'm in right now. I went through and picked a variety of fantasy, contemporary romance, and also, you know, middle grade adult YA, and I've just got like a good bunch of books here that I think will give me the variety that I need, whether I am in the mood for one or the other, so I can just reach for it and read it and hopefully be able to jumpstart my reading again. Not that being in a slump is a big issue, we all go through it, but as somebody who talks about books all the time on YouTube and part of the living that I've created is for this, when I'm not reading, that becomes a problem for me. So I really would like to get back into reading. But before we get into the video, I want to give a huge thank you to today's video sponsor, Book of the Month. So if you weren't aware or have never heard of it, Book of the Month is a fast-growing and super popular online book service for readers. Basically, their team goes out and they vet a bunch of books every month so that they can curate a great selection for all of their readers to choose from. They really strive to promote new and emerging authors to give their readers something new to love, and they do this by curating a really good selection of like different genres and early and new release titles so that you as readers have a great variety to choose from. You can spend more time reading and less time researching. A few things that I personally really love about Book of the Month. Number one, their skip policy. If you can't find a book that you like that month, you can skip that month free of charge, no worries. And the second one is that they have the best price for new release hardcover fiction, which can normally range anywhere from like $27 to $30 sometimes, and you can actually get your first Book of the Month box for just $9.99 with the code PACKABOOK. You can get a $27.99 book for $9.99. If that's not a good deal, I don't know what is. So the awesome selection of books that they have picked for June are Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian, a bold feminist reimagining of the legend of King Arthur. The Maidens by Alex Michaelides, a spellbinding tale of psychological suspense that weaves together Greek mythology, murder, and obsession. Sky Falling by Mia Mckenzie, a razor-sharp story about a girl who sold her eggs when she was young and broke, and 12 years later, the decision is coming back to make things a bit more complicated for her. And then the two books that I am the most excited about this month, and I'm definitely adding to my summer TBR, Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Four famous siblings throw an epic end-of-summer party in the 80s, and over the course of 24 hours, their lives will change forever. And finally, Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon, the story of a girl who gets visions of the way relationships begin and end, and has to find a way to allow herself to love when she knows love almost always leaves you miserable. So these are the selection of books for June. Like I said, you've got a really good variety here. There's romance and Greek mythology and Arthurian legends and Taylor Jenkins Reid. So make sure to check the link in the description down below to get your first month of Book of the Month for just $9.99 and get your hands on one of these amazing books. Do it. Do it. So now, without further ado, let's get into my summer TBR. The first two books that I want to share with you are ones that we've already talked about. I am putting Instructions for Dancing and Malibu Rising by Nicola Yoon and Taylor Jenkins Reid on my TBR this month. I've been looking forward to these books ever since I heard that they were going to be coming out this year, and I want to read them, and I think that they are perfect summertime books, not only because of the colors of their covers, they are just so bright and pretty, but also the stories themselves. I want to read these books soon, so they're on my TBR, and I'm probably going to get to them because I'm just really excited for them for some reason. Plus, this was one of the reasons that I wanted Book of the Month to sponsor this video. When I found out that these were going to be in their June box, I was like, oh my god, perfect timing! So next up we have Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. This is an adult high fantasy story. I believe it's multi-POV, and it's got this magic system that is based on color and breath and very weird things that I've never read before, so I'm really excited to get into this. I really don't know anything else about this book other than that it's supposed to be really good, and it's Brandon Sanderson, and that's all I need to get into it. This one is going to be more on the ambitious side of my summer TBR, but I just needed like a high fantasy that I could look forward to on this list, and this is that. Then for something a little bit more fun-loving, we have Eva Evergreen, Semi-Magical Witch by Julie Abe. This is a story that I hauled within the past few months, and I've just been really excited to read this because it sounds so adorable. It's about this girl named Eva Evergreen who's only semi-magical, and she has to be able to prove herself by the time she turns 13 or something? Yeah, her 13th birthday, otherwise she'll get her magic taken from her. So the whole story is her trying to do that and coming across things that are bigger than her and having to overcome them. I think it sounds absolutely adorable and the cover is absolutely adorable, so I'm just really looking forward to having a really good time with this one. Then of course I want to continue my reread of The Heroes of Olympus by reading The Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan. This is book 2 and I just want to read this to continue my reread and continue my vlogs. We'll see if I end up getting to it. I should, hopefully, possibly, cross your fingers, but we'll see. So one of the more lighthearted, less dense reads that I have on this list is The Sky Blues by Robbie Couch. This again seems like a pretty summertime read for me, so that's why it's on this list. It's about this boy named Sky whose super gay promposal gets leaked in a very homophobic way on the internet, and he has to try to take that back for himself as well as figure out who the heck did this horrible thing. It sounds like it's going to be very funny and also very like touching and very like coming of age, so I'm really excited to dive into this one because I've heard really good things and I'm just excited for another cute like contemporary coming of age YA story. I love them sometimes, and this one I feel like is going to fit perfectly on that list. Then we have Take Me Home Tonight by Morgan Matson, which is her newest release that I still have yet to get to, and I'm mad about it. As far as I know, this doesn't have any romance in it, unlike her other books. This is about two best friends who sneak away for the night to New York City to have the best night ever, and a lot goes wrong, and they discover things about themselves and about each other, so it sounds like a great contemporary story. Is it like a happy-go-lucky contemporary story, or is it more of like a deeper contemporary story? I'm not sure. But I'm eager to jump into it and find out because I love Morgan Matson, I love her writing and the, you know, fun stories that she creates, and I think this is going to be a perfect summertime read. And finally, I wanted to put a sort of different story on this list, one that I wouldn't typically reach for around summertime, and so for this I ended up choosing Ariadne by Jennifer Saint, which was a Book of the Month pick last month, mostly because I have been really into Greek mythology recently. Like, I've always been into Greek mythology, but for some reason I've been wanting to like read more about Greek mythology recently, so I figured this would be a great pick for that. It's basically about Ariadne, the princess of Crete. I still don't know how you say that name of that island in Greece, I'm sorry. I don't know if this is just a like reimagining of the story or whether it's just the story retold but putting the forgotten women of Greek mythology back at the heart of the story. I don't really know exactly what it is, which is why I'm kind of interested in getting into it. I feel like I know this story because of Percy Jackson, but also I don't remember. So definitely want to get into this and learn some more and maybe, you know, bring back forgotten memories. Bring back past knowledge that I've forgotten at this point, and yeah, and just see what happens. Yeah, this is definitely not a book that I would normally reach for in the summertime, which is why I wanted to add it. I wanted something different, something to make me excited. So here we go. And so that's my summer TBR. I have a good variety here. I'm really excited for some of these books and hope that I can get to them soon. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I just wanted something exciting to be able to like pull me out of this weird slumpy mood that I'm in. So hopefully these books will do it for me, crossing my fingers. If there are any books that you guys are really excited for that are coming out this summer, or any books that you are having on your TBR that you're excited to get to, definitely let me know in the comments. What's your summer TBR? I would love to know. And thank you once again to Book of the Month for sponsoring this video. I'm really excited to get to some of these books, and I hope that you guys take advantage of that code and get your first month for $9.99. Remember, it's in the description down below because, like I said, there are some really good reads this month, so I'm just super excited. But other than that, I think that's going to be everything. So if you want to follow me on my social medias, all my handles are in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you later. Bye!